Yo, what's good with your boy? I ain't gonna lie, honestly, I feel like my intros are not even intros. It's just bullshit. But hear me out. What the fuck? I've been doing some thinking. Like real thinking. You know what the new Siege X ban system where you can ban like every op in like what 1 or 2 rounds? You know what that means, right? I'm gonna say this first for my solo queuers, including me. You know what that means, right? If you're not good, I repeat, for my solo queuers, if you're not good with every single op or at least know what you're doing, they're gonna target ban. So let's just say you get into your first game with Siege X and then you like win your first game and then you have the same enemy team from last game and then now they're banning the ops that you pick. Now what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're out of options. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? So that alone can really improve you or show that you're actually good. You know what I'm saying? Because when people normally like target ban, it's literally target you because they know how you play, they know how good you are, they know what to expect from you if you use this operator. So just be careful what you do. I mean, I'm not saying like don't be good with the player, but I'm saying like if you get the chance to pick your best op, make it count. You know what I'm saying? So, and don't rely on that first round because once again, they can honestly still ban your other second op. So let's just say you run Doc, Visual, and fucking Nomad, you know what I'm saying? Or Ram. They're going to eventually ban all those operators before you even get to play all of them, you know what I'm saying? So you probably, you probably would even get to play the first round with your best attacker because they're already banned, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, just, I don't know, like, be versatile. So just being good, and it's kind of a plus because it does put you in a spot where it really shows your true skill. So if we're banning like 6 operators in one game, it's like, are these players even any good if they can't use Ace or they can't use Maverick or they can't use a op where the operator is purposely useful for? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the alternative? Like, what can you swap out? And I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to get into it too much. Like, it probably might affect the roles. Like, you might have your support player play anchor. You might have your anchor player play support. You might have your support player play frag. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure how would that work in like the new ban phase. Well, yeah, ban phase. But yeah, that's one thing. Another thing, you're gonna have to use the bad ops. So so I'm gonna break it down in a way that if it kind of makes sense to you this way better, and then say like my default take. So it's something similar to Apex. I don't know if you guys, you don't know with Apex, I may be wrong, but they do have a ban phase where that you can ban other legends from them being used from other teams. So it's kind of like Rainbow, but let me explain it more. So let's just say you know a certain player on the enemy team is very good with Gibby. So your team would ban Gibby for them for not like, I messed up that wording. You would ban Gibby so they can't use it just for their team, like in general. So anytime they're playing like in like the fucking tournament, they can't use Gibby at all. But you know, like, so even look, hear me out. That was a whole mumbo jumbo, but look, they can't use Gibby, but you can. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like Siege, but it's not. Because with Siege, is like, if you ban them, nobody can use them. So it's like, but with Apex, it's like, you can ban certain operators from certain players from using them. So it's like I said, if you ban Gibby on this one team, you can still use Gibby, but that team can't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like a win-win, like win-loss, depending on like what you're doing. And then it's also like, you can also like have like a ban like throughout the whole game. So it's like certain teams can't use certain operators because, you know, they're overpowered. They're too good with them. You know what I'm saying? But with Siege, it's like if you ban one player, neither team could use them. You know what I'm saying? So that's only the bit different about Apex Pro and Rainbow Pro. But my main default take was on, now we have to use the bad ops, you know, like Thorn. It's not saying that Thorn doesn't have a pick rate. I don't know what her pick rate is, but I'm not saying like Thorn is not bad, which, I mean, in my opinion, I never used her like that, so I can't say she's good or bad. But it's like now, when they ban Legion, Doc, when they ban Mira, who you going to use now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to use the bad ops now. So now it gives them a chance to make everyone usable. Kind of and kind of not in the same sense. But if you see what I'm going with this, yeah, in that kind of sense. So it's like you honestly might see more like Thorn players. You might see more Scopos players. You might see more, well, Clash players, duh. You might see more Fenrir players. You know what I'm saying? Like you might see more of the players that never get picked or even used or even thought of. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the real deal comes in. You know, people start talking about, oh, she's actually good, you know, I never thought that she would be this good, or, you know, he or she, like whoever the operator is, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like with this new Siege ban update, it's like it's gonna honestly bring out the true skill into players on, like, okay, if we ban your most used operators, like how would you play? Like how would you perform, you know? So that alone can prove a lot, you know? So it's like, and we all know, like, you know, the fucking 1v1s, you know, like you playing a 1v1, if you're playing I keep saying playing, when you're doing a 1v1 against somebody, like you're gonna ban their most used op, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna ban the most op that's easiest, most used, or honestly overpowered, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really escape it now, because I mean you still kind of escape it because, like I said, you have 1 round to use a player, just one. Just one. So depending on how you play with the operator, they probably won't get banned or they might get banned, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when time goes on, you literally have to like think about who are you going to use if they do ban your best player. And to really touch on solo queuing now, it's like now with solo queuing, you have to use operators that you're not comfortable with. I mean, when was the last time you seen Uzi use fucking Thorn? You know what I'm saying? When was the last time you seen Skittles use Thorn? You know what I'm saying? When was the last time you seen To Kill use Thorn? You know what I'm saying? Even though they're just playing the game for clips and like they're genuinely good, but if you're so good, why you can't use Thorn? And they would tell you she's trash, you know? So it's like so that alone determines who you pick and not pick, you know? So, and then even if Thorn has a whole Uzi, so it's like even, and I've seen, it's kind of off topic, but I've seen Uzi's video and Skittles on their no attachment video. So I've never seen them use the fucking Uzi on Thorn. I mean, her iron sight is not bad, you know what I'm saying? It's a fucking Uzi, you know what I'm saying, bro? So it's like, what's wrong with it? But they never use the unexpected ops, and that's where it's like, okay, you know, it's like it's always the common ops they use, and like honestly, they only do that with the ops they're bound to use, you know what I'm saying? So like it's not saying pick a random operator and I randomly and pick a random operator and I take off other attachments and use it, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're picking a op on purpose and then, you know what I'm saying, doing their videos. But it's like, then again, it's like, why you can't use Thorn? Well, you can't use like the least picked operator and then use their weapons, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where Siege X comes in at. I don't know their idea on like the ban, on the ban system, but honestly, I like it because it's gonna put people in like tighter decisions, you know? So it's like we're going to see more boring operators, but it would be fun to watch because we can see new strategies and we can see new tricks and tips for these operators that we thought would have been good, you know what I'm saying? when Thorn first came out, it's like we all thought she was broken because her gadget itself, like, bro, her gadget could go off and it doesn't matter where you're at, bro. The shells will perfectly hit you. It can even be in the white indicator. It will still hit you. So like, if it's white, why is it hitting me? You know what I'm saying? Versus a nade is like, if it's white, it's not gonna hit me. If it's red, it's bound to hit me. But with the flash, if it's white, it's gonna hit me. If it's white and I'm near it, you never know when it would detonate, because it detonates on impact and it would hit me. You know what I'm saying? So like, you could never honestly fully read a thorn trap because it will always hit you. You know what I'm saying? So you're forced to honestly clear the whole fucking room, or like at least just get away from it. You know? So that's one thing. And hey, I feel like, in my opinion, just to drag it a little bit, I don't think Thorn is bad. I just feel like it can't be her gadget. It can't be. And I feel like barbed wire and the gadget is pretty good, but I feel like sometimes now it's like people just bait the fucking the Thorn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't go like around doorways. You know what I'm saying? So you just bait it, and you know what I'm saying, you walk in, you know, bait it, break the barbed wire, clear, you know, ain't nothing too bad about that. But her shield with it is pretty good. Like, I've honestly seen more kills with her shield rather than paired up with the barbed wire. I'm not gonna lie. But enough of Thorn. The whole topic is really about like how Siege X is honestly gonna change the game in pick rates. And I feel like most people, I'm mumble jumbling again. Chill out, big bro. To myself. Chill out. Anyways, I feel like the pick rate would be more different now. And I feel like most people wouldn't or didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, with Clash, bro, it's Clash. Now Clash is fucking mobile. Like, she's actually mobile. So it's like, just seeing Clash move around is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. But I do hope when Siege X comes out, and then I feel like it's probably a new op dropping, like, I think year 1 or 2. No, not year. I think I seen the fucking the preview of it. I don't know what season it was, but I just think that if with Clash, of course EMPs work. Of course, any EMP on things like with Clash will work. But I feel like with the breaches, like, you know, Zofia, Ashe, and like anything like nadeable, it's gonna break it, yes. But like, you know how like with the bulletproof shields, it has glass in it. So if you melee the glass or even like shoot a Ashe charge at it, it's gonna break the shield. But if you melee it at most, it's gonna crack the glass in the fucking shield, so you can't see through it. And I feel like with Clash, you can't do that. Well, I think you can't do that. It just breaks, or like it doesn't shatter like a regular glass would. You know what I'm saying? But now, my main thing, what I was trying to say with Clash, is like, I hope for some reason, I hope they have a way that with Clash, she has a counter minus EMPs and like, you know, nades and like anything that can like hopefully crack the shield. But really importantly, like, you can honestly like not take so much damage. It's like you're taking damage while being slowed down. I mean, like, you're getting electrified. I get that, but it's like, my guy, even Bandit does that, and Bandit isn't even meant for the player. It's meant for the wall. So it's like, mistakenly, you hit the wall and you get shocked. You're dead. Like, you know, so it's like, damn, bro, I didn't even mean to do that, you know? But not saying that it shouldn't hurt you, because, bro, it's electric. Siege, please don't change that. Bro, it's electric. So, of course, it's going to hurt you some type of way, you know what I'm saying? So, that's fine. But now with the Clash thing, is like, why is it like actually taking damage, you know? Because with Twitch, like when Twitch first came out with her drone was literally a weapon. Like, it was a weapon. Now it's not. But now with Clash, they gave Clash Twitch's old fucking drone, basically, but it slows you down. So it was like, I don't know, like make up something that it won't take so much damage. Because it's like, why is it killing me while slowing me down? It's unfair. Might as well just sit there the whole entire time and die by it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, what's the point of it actually hurting me? I thought it was meant to slow me down. Cause don't get me wrong. In some situations, like if you want to say Siege is like, I guess it puts to mimic real life. In some situations, like electric doesn't really shock you. It just puts you in like a state of like, of course, slowness, and it puts you in a state of like a reset. Because if you don't know, like your body already has that electricness in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're made of water, and like, you know, like your brain has like these, you know, like the whole 9 yards. Like you already have that ball in you. So why is it really hurting you? It should like, I guess. I mean, not saying be like Overwatch and like have this fucking sleeper fucking pistol like and I just go to sleep and it's all darkness. Nah, I'm just saying like don't make it give off so much damage. But the slowing down part is fine. But the damage, I don't like that shit personally. I don't. So if I honestly put my opinion on Clash, I would just say if the Clash shield is gonna shock me, I don't mind being slowed down, but let's just change the fact that it shouldn't give off so much damage. It should honestly just put me in a shock where like I get slowed and like I guess like my vision gets blurry, you know what I'm saying? Because hey, that's probably a bad investment, but like the more you take the Clash, like the Clash hit, the worse your vision gets, you know what I'm saying? Because you're kind of getting put into a shock, you know? It's like trying to get you're getting rebooted, you know what I'm saying? So like you're not really dying, you're just losing conscience, you know what I'm saying? So kind of like the fucking Melusi, like the Melusi kind of does trigger with your movement, but it makes this sonic boom where you can't really hear, you know what I'm saying? So, and that too, like I feel like not to say make Melusi make a fucking sound effect for your fucking like your ears as an attacker, but it's like her gadget is just fine. But I mean, I don't know if it's just me, I can tell like the vision when you get into the Melusi trap, it does blur you a little bit. It makes you sway, and like it's just this sonic boom where like you can't really hear too good. Which I understand that because it's a Melusi trap, you know what I'm saying? If you guys play Warframe, it's just Warframe called Banshee, where like she has the same exact powers as Melusi, but with it, she could do two things. She can honestly reverse it, as in like she can absorb and like do like a sonic break and a sonic boom. The sonic break is something like she can absorb like the energy of enemies and then like repel it back to them, so it makes that boom sound. And then the other one is like she can absorb it and hold it for as long as you want, but then again like they're getting like, you know, they're getting slowed down. They're like, you know, like they can't move as fast. They can't. Bro, this low power shit, bro, is pissing me off. Like, they can't shoot. Like, they get slowed down. They can't really move like they want to. And even if, in some cases, they can drop their weapons. I'm not saying, see, do that. Do not let us drop our weapons. That is ridiculous. I don't care how strong Melusi is. Do not let us drop our weapons. But it's just an example of like how I see it from Warframe and Melusi. And honestly, it's not about Melusi, Clash, or Thorn. It's about like how Siege X is honestly going to change it. It's going to change the game. It's going to. And it's just, like it or not, people have to adapt. That's the number one thing I want to push on my agenda on doing content for Siege, is adapt. Don't get so upset about how things change or like how good or broken or how bad it is. Just adapt, honestly. Just test it out. You know what I'm saying? Because don't get me wrong, what if Siege didn't have the idea to make Clash what she is now and keep her how she is now? Eventually somebody would have said, can we at least change Clash a little bit? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Rainbow is doing it on purpose. I feel like Rainbow is trying to make Rainbow is just throwing out their deepest thoughts, you know? Like, this thought with Clash was way too deep. Like, I'm not saying regret it, but like it's just a deep thought. It's just what if, because eventually they're gonna probably nerf Clash again. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, for Alibi, they took off her 1.5 so fucking fast, because like it's Alibi and her weapon is like it's Alibi. Like that is crazy. So it's like just give it some time. So I'm not gonna lie, on this note, I do take Siege side on this one. Like just give it some time, adapt. Try to learn like the pros and cons for Clash. You know what I'm saying? Just don't completely hate it. Just, you know what I'm saying, adapt to it. And that's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. But like I said, the whole main topic about this video is just about how Siege X is going to change the meta of like what ops you pick, when, and how good you use them. Because if you're too good with one operator, it's gonna get banned. Like you had one good round, it's gonna get banned. And that's why people say use all the not really use all the operators, but have a handful of operators that you're comfortable with, you're good with, and you know how to use. Because once again, when they ban your favorite operator, what you gonna do now? You just can't leave the game. You just can't hate it. Oh, I hate this new Siege meta. I hate it. What you gonna do? Cry about it? Bro, adapt to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got time for that pissy crying shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Suck it up. You a man, or if you a female, still suck it up. Don't be crying and moaning and bitching about some little ass shit, bro. Like, suck it up, bro. It's Siege. Like, games in general is gonna change, bro. Like, look at COD. COD is COD, but then again, things change within the weapons. Like you're saying, why the fuck did this gun have fire come out of it, bro? Like, why did this gun have a automatic shotgun? Like, why is it just a hole and you just spray everywhere, just it's fire everywhere? You know what I'm saying? So if something that small can make a big difference, but you can also have an alternative and you can also adapt to it. So for COD, if you have someone with a fire shotgun, you run temp perk, right? Is that 2 shield shit? You run temp, you know what I'm saying? Or if you play multiplayer, you run what's it called? Gohan? I think like you can take more damage, something like that. Maybe wrong. But you know what I'm saying? Like you run perks and you run these different things to protect yourself, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, with Clash, you know, like run EMPs more often, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to like be a cocky mother trucker and like try to rush it, because you would get slammed by Clash. And I'm saying a lot, when the round first starts, Clash is already outside. Like the round just started. Why are you outside? So I was like, you know what I'm saying? So that's Clash being cocky, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're going to have that challenge regardless, you know what I'm saying? And even if Clash wasn't like that, Clash is already outside still, but having someone else with her. But now Clash can go by herself and still get kills. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's really not about the operators or the pick rate. It's really about the player who's playing the operator. So if you have a bot playing Clash, they can't do much with Clash. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful how you play certain people, and like, don't get so worked up about the new update, please. But like always, have fun. GG's.